Hey everyone, this is Brian from Motive Training, and today we're going to go over hip external rotation with RJ. He's in a side lying position with his bottom leg at 90 degrees and his top leg is blocked off in a neutral position. We want to keep the hips stacked so that we can work on just external rotation of that bottom hip. We're going to go over passive range holds, and all that means is we're going to pull his hip into a passive range of motion where he's not used to working, and we're going to try and get that tissue to actually light up, fire up, so we can create more tension in his end range with the hope of increasing mobility, increasing tissue resilience, and getting his hip to actually function like a hip. So he has a yoga strap attached to his foot so that he can pull his foot up as far as it can go in external rotation, and he's trying to keep that bottom leg driving down toward the floor. So right now this shouldn't be very difficult because RJ is using his arm to pull on his leg. But he's making sure that nothing else moves. So you want to irradiate a little bit. Make sure his core is engaged, that bottom knee is driving to the floor, and that top leg is also driving to the ground. And what RJ is going to do next is he's going to gently let off of the strap, but he's going to fight to keep his leg in external rotation. He's going to hold it. How long he holds is really dependent on how strong he is. We can go for long duration if we want, or we can go shorter reps. For now, I'm going to have RJ come back out of that, so he's going to pull on the strap and just relax. The goal is we're trying to minimize the amount of range of motion that you don't have access to. So for instance, if RJ can pull his foot really, really high, so I'll have him demonstrate that. This is pretty good external rotation. He's getting a little bit of rotation through his shin because of the way the strap is attached to his foot, but for the most part, he's got really good external. If he were to let go of the strap very gently and it shot down halfway, that would be a bad sign. That means his active range of motion is nowhere near his passive. We're trying to close that gap so that we can actually make sure his hip functions like a hip. And that's the whole goal behind the passive range hold. We're trying to minimize that gap between passive range of motion and active range of motion so your hip works the way it's supposed to.